Well, I tried to warn y'all about test drive and KT racing and everything, and a lot of people were telling me I was doom posting and just being ridiculous, and it's just because they've entered insolvency it doesn't mean anything, and they're still going to make the game. Well, guess what? There's a ton of news that just came out, and here we are. I almost kind of feel bad for the workers. Like, I do and I don't. Okay, like, it's never good when anybody loses their job. Like you know, everybody's got a family. It's hard to, you know, life is hard, okay? But like at the same time, some of this stuff I read, I'm like, okay, it's definitely Nacon pushing this bullshit or not giving them the tools they need, and I sympathize. But then it's like, on the other hand, when you look at the game was delayed 2 years from when it was supposed to come out. We didn't get half of what we were supposed to get. They kept pushing seasons back. They kept making them longer. They never did a hot fix. They never did certain things. And it's like, nothing ever got fixed. It's like, you get to the point where you're like, come on. You know what I mean? But look, man, 70% of KT's staff just got laid off. We're going to talk about some things that are released here. I mean, yeah, but I mean, like, look at the update that just came out this week. I mean, somebody posted a photo on, it was like the car loaded, the UI loaded, and then it was just a full blue screen. And it's like, people are still getting the crash when they're coming back from Ibiza to fucking Hong Kong. Like, if you look at the content that just came out for the new season, like 90% of it is paid. And I keep telling people, stop wasting your money on this fucking game. They don't care. Like the race where, I forget the race name, but like you go through a checkpoint and then it basically tells you you're going the wrong way and it resets you. They said that was fixed. It's still not fixed. They can't even fix simple things like that. And all the content is paywalled. And there's a reason for that. Let me find it here. Right here. Among its goals. So this is basically the workers have gone on strike and are like, fuck you, Nacon. Like, come fire us face to face. Like, you know, whatever. Plus, they just had the Nacon direct. I was watching the PoE2 reveal, fucking way better. But the only thing they showed in the from the pits or whatever they call it was just like 4 minutes of a mission that they already showed on the season reveal a month ago. So there was nothing new there. No news. As you know, they pushed back the Racing Center season. There's no date. And then housing, there's no date. The original roadmap is now it's question marks. Okay, so that tells you we're not gonna get anything else for this game. Okay, we're just not. But a lot of the workers are like outing Nacon and like saying this is what Nacon forced us to do. This is what and like some of this stuff I can really sympathize with, right? So read this, which I've been telling you guys, they don't care. They're just trying to milk their remaining player base, and it's fucked up. And like, it's predatory practices. But these fucking idiots that still support Tesla are like, oh my God, I'm going to give them my money because I believe in them. Bitch, like, most of them, they got to be NPCs. Like, I'm in a simulation, right? Like, there's no way people can be this retarded. But here we are. But anyway, listen to this line, okay? Among its goals for Kyloton's judicial reorganization, Nacon states without batting an eye that it does not want to give new productions to KT Racing anymore. That means Nacon's like, fuck you, you suck, you haven't made a good game, you're wasting our money, you're not producing results, we're not going to let you create any new games, you're done. So KT is going to get shut down. They've already moved employees from KT over to Grit Games. They took the WRC license and ripped it from KT and sent it over to Grit Games. So, but anyway, this part, they do not want to give new productions to the KT anymore for an indeterminate amount of time. That's it. They're done. Come on. Spiders just got shut down too, which I wanted to show. I haven't made a video about that, but Spiders was up for sale, and I think it was April 15th was the deadline. Not one bid for the Spiders, so Spiders shut down. The other one that was up was Nacon's like whatever peripherals shit, but Spiders shut down. KT's next because they gutted 70. They couldn't even get this game going with 100% staff. They're not going to be able to do anything with 70. But sorry, here we go. It only wants to keep a skeleton crew to keep squeezing Test Drive Unlimited through aggressive monetization. I mean, come on. I've seen Reddit posts of people that have been advocating for the game, saying this game's so good. I don't understand all the hate for like the past 2-3 months. And now they're starting to see all this stuff, and they're starting to see when a new season comes out, it's broken. Things are not fixed. more things don't work. This doesn't work like it used to. They can't do this. This doesn't work. And those people that were advocating for the game the past few months are now like, you know what? No, I can't defend this game anymore. It's like, motherfucker, we've been telling you this since launch. We've been around for almost 2 years dealing with this shit. We told you this is what has been happening. And now these people are waking up because they're finally experiencing a season or two. And they're like, oh shit. But Nacon, don't give Nacon money. This it's just scummy business practices. Test Drive doesn't work. It's not the game we were promised. And they just want to keep enough people to keep the lights on to do aggressive monetization. So here on out, you're not getting any proper releases. Every single piece of content is paid for. You had to pay for the Pagani. You had to pay for all the other shit. If it makes it to housing, which I doubt it, you're going to have to pay real money for it. But this, without batting an eye, Nacon said they're going to keep it a skeleton crew for aggressive monetization. That's all you need to know about this company. Fuck them, dude. Do not give them their money. I know these retards are still going to do it, but fucking wake the fuck up. Don't be a sheep. Anyway, after the cancellation of a promising project in pre-production with no possibility to look for other publisher investors, the setup is complete. The only thing left to do is the dirty work, firing all the surplus workers like trash. Yeah, so we know that they had restructuring. We covered that months ago. The judicial reorganization, KT Racing is now affected. I think it was it this one? No. I think it was this one. I think this was after I made my video. Or it might have been, I might have mentioned it, but basically 320, it was like 1/3 of the employees, all their payments got paused. So they were looking for new work. Supposedly something with the government, they can go and like file for something and get like up to like 3 months pay, but it's not as much as you were making. But basically that started in March where they stopped paying the employees and now they're kicking 70% of the staff. It's real bad. You know, I called all this and a lot of people are like, no, that's not what that means. They'll be fine. Motherfucker, I'm not going to lie to you. You know what I mean? Anyway, also Mr. CM hasn't been around. He doesn't respond to comments anymore. He released like the patch notes and that was it because they're not paying him. So we'll see how long it is before he makes a video saying, you know, he was let go. Yeah, and then the WRC license was stripped from KT and is now with Grit Games, which I don't know what they've done. Never heard of them. Couldn't tell you. So let's go over this article because there's some crazy stuff going on in here. They're basically blaming Nacon and their shady schemes for what had happened. The company structure is designed to silence us. The embezzlement, some proven, others suspected by KT executives. The insults, KT executives going as far as calling us piss stinking, which, you know, I worked in a casino. That's how you just talk to each other. You know, it's very like, fuck you kind of attitude and you just dealt with it, abuse. But it's, you know, in this day and age, oh no, you know, it ain't the 70s and 80s anymore. The removal on Nacon's orders of, see, this I'm 100% with Nacon on. On Nacon's orders, the removal of all dialogue lines referring to homosexual relationships in Test Drive Unlimited to avoid an imaginary review bombing. Motherfucker, there's like 3 characters per clan in the game, and that's it. You make your character. You can already put dresses on the male characters. What do you mean homosexual relationships? There's no relationships in the game. Like, I could see if it was like a true lifestyle sim and like you know, you let them wear dresses, there's like barely any hairstyle. There's barely any way for you to really customize your avatar as it is. But refusing to let them put homosexual shit in the game, it's a car game about buying a house, gambling at the casino, and fucking buying expensive cars that you're never going to afford in real life. Who the fuck needs homosexual bullshit in the game? Like, this woke shit needs to stay out of games, and I'm 100% with Nacon on this because that's crazy. Like, yeah, it would have got review bombed, especially by me. Like, it's a fucking racing game. Get me in, let me hear the car sound, let me drive around a map. I don't give a fuck, dude. You know what I mean? This shit's got to stop. Anyway, harassment and discrimination causing work-related illnesses. I think that's just more like, oh my God, you're upsetting me and now I'm sick. Like, you know how fucking these people are nowadays. They whine about everything. Nobody's got any fucking balls on them. Random demands from Nakon's executives that we think is pure sabotage of our productions, made without doing market research or asking the studio's opinions. For instance, making us do... See, this is kind of where I sympathize with them. For instance, making us do a large open world on a game engine designed for limited levels without financing the development cost of said engine, and despite the workers lacking experience on the genre. So basically, that explains why this game sucked and why there was so many problems with the FPS drops. And I mean, they fucking get... At launch, we were averaging like 15 FPS on console. So Nacon forced them to use an engine that's designed for a few like single player level game and made them make an open world racing game in it, and it just couldn't handle it. Hence why we just had the engine overhaul, which didn't work. So then, you know, they said they hired an outside team that was going to work on optimization. That was a fucking lie, because it would have been fixed by now. But obviously, again, like, I sympathize, but then it's like, okay, well, if KT used their own engine and made their own engine and it still wasn't fixed and still was dropping frames and still ran like shit, okay, well, are we going to get mad at Nacon for forcing it on you because you still use your same engine? It's still a piece of shit. So I think some of these devs, like, some people are just bad at their job. It is what it is. You know what I mean? You got to cut the people that can't do their job, or your business is going to fail. When you're going to have unhappy customers for shit like this, you can't do this. You know, you can't run a game and not do hot fixes and just refuse to fix the tiniest things. But now we have an answer. Nacon wants to keep the lights on and milk what the remaining 50 players that are playing anyway. So that's pretty crazy. All layoffs be canceled. So they're asking that the layoffs be canceled. And like a bunch of shit. They're going on strike, but I mean, they're not. Like, Spider's already shut down. The peripherals has been up for sale. I don't know what happened to that. But yeah, I mean, obviously WRC game got pushed over. They got hit with the layoffs. Spider shut down. The payment pause. But yeah, I mean, you can see, we'll read some comments here, but again, 7 hours ago, the title, they want to keep squeezing it through aggressive monetization. Don't waste your money. It's going to shut down. There's no offline mode. They've not even started on an offline mode. They can't even get the game running in its own state, let alone swap everything over to, and like them saying, oh, they're going to switch from Windows servers to Linux because blah, blah, blah. Bitch, you just don't know what you're doing. It's that simple. It's not going to make a difference. Anyway, let's read some comments here. Makes sense to want to prioritize fixing broken stuff in game and push for paid content. And you can look, I mean, look at the last season, literally 90% paid content. You're not going to fucking catch me fucking buying that shit. Anyway, last nail in the coffin for Forza 6. It kind of is. Yeah, and that's it. They're taking all the money they can before shutting down and taking a game away from everyone who bought and paid transactions. You're going to lose everything. All those season passes, all those cars, everything is gone. And I guarantee you, since they have all that anti-cheat bullshit, I don't know, they put it on, they put it off. I doubt anybody's going to be able to rip the game files. I mean, somebody would have done it by now, you know what I mean? There's no plan for an offline mode for this game, and even though it's not a good game, it still needs to remain playable, but watch out. Yeah, so, and that's the thing. I mean, they're going through for the, like, you know, stop killing games movement, but I mean, that's going to take a while to go through, so, you know, but, I'm surprised about removing any homosexual relation from TDUSC. Like, why is this needed in a car game where there isn't any conversations at all? Exactly. I agree with Nacon on that. NT is a better test drive game than SC ever was, and it's a fucking free mobile game. Oh well, no surprise here. We all seen the signs. Nothing of value was lost on both the KT and Nacon front. Hope the sellout YouTuber has a plan B. And that's the thing. Like, people are like, oh, I feel bad for him. It's like, no. He made the decision knowing the game launched in a horrible state, knowing it was a sinking ship, and he left his job to go be a community manager. I'm sure he can still stay with Nacon. I'm sure he will, and cover other shit. Because he was covering other stuff in the whatever from the pits they just had. So I think he'll stay with Nacon. But fuck, you can't feel bad for somebody. If you see a game, you can't look at the signs and look at how bad a game launched and the state that it's in. You think, yeah, I'm going to go help them fix it. No, I don't feel bad for you. You jumped on a sinking ship, boy. You going down with it. I hope they fired him first. This game is decent only because I got it from the PS Plus guy. Blah, blah, blah. To this community, why are we still playing this game? I saw from day one that the devs have a heavy-handed tendency to gaslight their player base into thinking issues with TD Solar Ground are a console side when they just cannot code a game to work. See, somebody gets it. Somebody gets it. I tried. Look, I boosted this game up a lot more than I should have because this was like a new racing game, and that's what I was covering on my channel at the time. And I was hoping that this game was going to work, and I was going to try to really, farm this for a year or two and really try to, make some money and like grow my channel off of it. But after a month in, I was like, this is shit. I can't, This makes extreme sense to me after reading that article that they would be more focused on developing a manosphere culture that's anti-union over making a game that works. Quite frankly, there should be a class action lawsuit against Nacon for the idea that they launched a product with no intention of ever finishing it. I agree. The hyper monetization was the final nail in the coffin for me to stop slogging through a game I didn't enjoy that was obviously padded for time to prevent refunds. Level 50 unlock all hypercars, yeah. Something needs to be done about these people to the point where I'm not even happy that this game will completely die when FH6 comes out next week. This market failure needs to be burned into our retina so we can see how one of the greatest series in automotive gaming turned into a kleptocracy in the matter of one game's life cycle. Yeah, I mean, I know most of my racing fans here don't follow Path of Exile 2, but it's been 5 months and they reworked so much content. It's more content coming in this one league that's going to last 4 months than is of all the content in Test Drive Unlimited. In 5 months, they did that. It's insane. The amount of work they put in and the new features and the new bosses, like 30 new maps, 15 new bosses, new endgame systems, 4 new endgame quests that all lead to new bosses for each endgame activity, new crafting, new items, 40 plus units. Like, I could go on and on. Like, fucking crazy. And then Test Drive, what do they give you? Give us $20, we'll give you 1 car, and the sound doesn't work, and then our game sometimes doesn't load and doesn't work, and the servers suck. Yeah, but I could go on and on, but that's basically the news. I could really go on, but I mean, we've covered this shit. I mean, where did we start? We got view botted. We have more viewers than Call of Duty. Did they give up on Test Drive? This was November 4th, 2024. This was this was a year and a half ago. That's when we really started seeing the signs. Second major patch announced and sticker compensation. Whoa, more stickers. And then the major graphical update for PS5 was fucking shitty. We saw that. Season 2 was a shit show. Don't waste your time with Season 2. And then that's when I got called a racist by, old community manager. And then how talking about the toxic positivity of all the fucking retards over there that somehow still think this game is going to be fine. They got to be bots. They got to be NPCs. Will Season 3 turn Test Drive around? Nope. Season 3 is a meme. That was a funny video. The windows rolled down on the LaFerrari and poked outside of the car, all kinds of stuff. You can see here in the thumbnail, the windshield's not even fitted properly. The dark truth about Test Drive Casino update. The endless wait soon and more details later are getting old. Season 4 and Year 2 reveal. And I put a bunch of quotes on there about like, oh, coming soon. Don't worry, we're doing it. Coming soon. That was back in July of 2025. That was almost a year ago. Still haven't gotten any of that shit. Season 4 is a broken scam again. And now, like, you'd think, okay, you're just fucking hate bombing this game. Like, all of this was real, though. Like, I didn't make the game. Like, it was just fail after fail after fail after fail. And then what do we have? All right, we're going to play this song. And then we had Test Drive Unlimited Solar Flare Season 5 blinded by the hype. Remember when you logged in and the game was all fucked up? And then we covered their financial trouble back in February 20th. And then I broke it down even more. And then they finally added Pagani, but the sound is completely wrong. Now, supposedly they updated the sound this week. And now people are saying it sounds like an electric car or a vacuum, or it doesn't even sound close to the Pagani. So they still fucked it up. And then on March 24th, they entered receivership. So it's been, it's been almost 2 months since we covered it. But Let's listen to our song on the way out. Let's listen to our song on the way out. What do you think? All right, well, it's that time again. Where's it at? Season 5 comes out next week. Boys ready?
Yeah. We're sorry for the delay. We'll fix it soon.
This track's so good.
How many times you gonna say that, huh?
Yeah, 2's gonna change the game, cool. Maybe start by fixing the frame. Day 1 crash, freeze, rinse, repeat. Patch drop, same pain. New deceit, hyped it as next gen, nah. Next excuse, engine overhauled with duct tape fuse. Coming soon like a ghost in chat. Echoes louder cause no one came back. 2 years late for this pixel charade. Reflections melt like a PS2 fade. Optimization phase, please behave. You buffed the menu, left the game in the grave. Same promise, same tune, coming soon. Same line, same gloom, coming soon. You don't need QA, you need proof. You don't need patches, you need truth. Launching now, same deja vu, coming soon. 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 Same deja vu. New graphics mode, same smoke screen, higher FPS, cause you asked the sheen. These ain't patches, they're repacked dreams. Refund queue bursting at the seams. You added bugs, subtracted fun. Servers choke while excuses run. Crossplay soon, new features soon. That code's a corpse, you keep beating, son. Community woke, but a few still pray to the broken god of delay and decay. Every fix creates another scar. Your roadmap's just a tarp on a junkyard car. Paid pass drops, but the game don't load. Players trapped in maintenance mode. Year 2 lies on repeat again. Crowds gone silent, just echoes and spin. Brought 10 months in and still no proof. Copy paste lies from the PR booth. Big patch coming, yeah, same old rope. Hanging your height with your own false hope. Trust the process, the process failed. Passion project, that ship sailed. Engine update, man, spare the air. You can't patch soul when there's none to spare. I tried to believe, but you lied too long. Now I'm the voice for everyone wrong. Players gone, faith run thin. Hope won't boot, same crash again. So here's your truth, no PR spin. You'll build this crown with rust and sin. Your kingdom's done, the rain's gone dim. To the credits, broken scam again. Coming soon,
Say it again.
coming soon.
That's your brand.
Coming soon,
Say it again.
coming soon.
That's your brand.
Coming soon, same deja brain. Coming soon, same deja brain. Coming soon, same deja brain. Coming soon, same deja brain.
There it is, boys. There it is. When did we make this? 6 months ago. Damn, dude, what a banger. Anyway, that's it. That's the news update. Stop pouring money in that game because literally they're lying to you and they're going to aggressively milk you. Anyway, Forza Horizon 6 in 1 week. See you there.